Hello, Sesame Podcast fans. Tip here with a little bit of exciting news. We are going to be interviewing Robert Shearman, the writer of The Chimes of Midnight and Jubilee and Dalek and so many brilliant things. It's going to be a bonus episode coming out this Sunday. If you're listening to this when it comes out, it will be on all the normal channels. We're going to be talking to Rob about his new novelizations, working on Big Finish and the TV series, and just all things Doctor Who. So definitely come join us for that. It's going to be a great chat. But in the meantime, enjoy the review. Cheers. Hello and welcome to the Sesame Podcast with Kat and Tip and
Hello.
Gibson the cat.
He paused.
He did pause, joining us today. He's been very noisy and we've had to start this 3 times so far. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you, Gibson?
Good.
Good. Yeah, not too bad. Not too shabby.
Good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. You know, I'm very excited for this podcast today.
Are you?
Yeah, we're cutting out all of the waffle. I want to get straight into it.
Oh, okay. All the waffle.
Oh, sorry. All of...
Brilliant. Okay,
sorry.
thank you.
Let's just... we don't have any Doctor Who news.
No, I don't believe we do. We
So-
got none of that waffle. Let's get straight in. What am I messing about with? No foreplay. Let's go. This week we are talking about a little piece of the extended universe.
Yeah.
The expanded universe. I
Mhm.
never know if it's extended or expanded.
Expanded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Little piece of the expanded universe. In the form of some Big Finish.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of them.
I don't know.
No?
No. Haven't really heard of Big Finish.
No,
I don't really know
to
what
be
that
fair,
is.
they
They're
don't make a lot of stuff.
No.
No, it's very sparse, their output, I find.
Yeah, like I'm more kind of into like the Target novels that I know of.
Right.
I only jest. Of course, I know what Big Finish is. To be fair, I am one with a not very good attention span, so I do have to be doing other things. If I want to listen to Big Finish, I need an extra source of stimulation.
I find that I do. To be fair, I get a little bit like that watching TV nowadays.
Yeah, it's bad. Me too.
And it's not like a concentration thing, or
No.
like when you're watching TikTok and you've got somebody talking, but you need somebody playing bloody Subway Surfers on the split screen. I don't need
not
that.
like that. No.
I mean, like my hands need to be doing something, which usually
Tip, man.
which usually takes the form of playing the 2048 game. You know the.
I was not expecting you to say that.
Well, I don't
I
know what
thought-
you were expecting me to say, but
Not that. I was expecting you to be like, oh, so I'm like writing something, editing something.
no, I
doing-
find it. I do like to. I can't write and watch something.
Oh, can you not do?
I can write notes on
Yeah.
the thing,
Yeah.
but I couldn't like sit and write a script or something whilst watching a different thing.
Could you not?
No,
Oh, really?
no, absolutely not.
See, if something's not like hasn't like completely piqued my interest
Hmm.
and I'm not like locked in, then I'll write a review. I can write like a chapter of something or like some dialogue or
No,
something like that.
no, I've got to be fully.
It's funny when I am writing, but I'm watching something as well. It's not. It's really funny on my reread because I can tell what I was watching and what I was feeling in that moment.
That's what I mean. Stuff will bleed into.
No, not like dialogue, but like it's the emotion and the tone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the general sort of sense of.
Yeah.
But that's why I've got to be careful what music I listen to when I write as well,
Yeah.
because
that comes
the
out.
tone of that can,
Yeah.
you know.
Absolutely.
No, I have to do. Yeah, it's usually that little 2048 game,
Mm.
specifically the Doctor Who version.
Nice. Well,
naturally.
Naturally.
But yeah, I find that when I'm watching YouTube or sometimes TV, or often if I listen to a podcast or some...
Well, podcast, audio, that kind of stuff is normally my background listen while I'm crocheting or making a model or...
That's what I mean. I have to be sort of doing
something. Yeah.
I can't just sit there and
I don't know how.
Listen.
I've never been able to do that, but it's definitely worse now.
The only time I can do that is if I'm like on the bus or the train or something, because I've not got anything to do.
I take my crochet on the train.
So
I have a like little portable bag where I just put I wind miniature balls of yarn that I can like carry with me.
Just a little travel crochet.
So I have a little travel crochet.
Wow.
That's why I was crocheting on the plane and not by the sunbed, because I have my travel crochet with me.
Well, what we've established here is that we are both neurodivergent and definitely have, a form of ADHD.
Yeah.
I think probably highlighted even more by the fact you went, let's not get any other waffle, and we've just spent the last couple of minutes waffling.
It's on topic.
Yeah.
So, expanded universe, whatever one we're going to go for.
We're going to go expanded,
Big Finish.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this week, it's episode 25 of the pod.
Woo!
So I thought we'd do something a little bit different.
25 episodes,
25 episodes in, baby. 6 seasons in a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Can you believe we've done 25 of these?
I can't believe that you've kept my attention for this long.
How rude. I can't believe I've kept my own attention editing through your rambles.
No.
Because I have to listen to them twice. I get them live, and then a little repeat viewing later down the line.
I understand that sounded rude.
It did, yeah. That's why I come back at you with that.
With content, I'm just going to apply context to my previous mark. Before we set up the podcast, it's very known that I don't have a very long attention span.
For like projects.
Like I abandoned pretty much all of my projects, and it was a fear going into this podcast that it would only last a couple, because I would abandon it because it wouldn't retain my attention span. Mm-hmm. However, we're 25 episodes in, and that's a celebration.
Absolutely, and today's our final episode because Kat's bored of it.
So that wasn't meant to be a rude remark to Tip there about retaining my attention. It's just fabulous that we're still here.
Yes, it was a scathing critique of her own poor attention span.
Absolutely. Do you forgive me?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, 25 episodes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Love that for us.
We're doing well so far.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I thought we'd do something a little bit different.
Yep.
And also because this week, I don't know if you've heard of him, Robert Shearman.
Who?
Yeah.
Only one of my favourite writers.
Yeah, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Robert Shearman has adapted 2 of his, well-regarded seems like an understatement. Like, classic Big Finish stories. 2 of the stories that come up in, like, where to start with Big Finish lists everywhere, and the best Big Finish stories. Like, it's essentially Chimes of Midnight, which we're talking about today, spoiler, Jubilee, Spare Parts. Yeah.
I also love that.
Which is like the other Big Finish that you've listened to.
I've listened to 2 Big Finishes.
Yes. I'm proud of you.
Both are my favourite.
Both are your favourite.
Yeah, that's Spare Parts and the Chimes of Midnight.
So like they're like the ones that everybody sort of points to. Especially from like the early stuff. So yeah, the Chimes of Midnight and Jubilee.
Yep.
Robert Shearman has novelised, adapted into novelisations, I should say.
Yep.
Which have released this week.
Yeah. So we thought we'd do a Chimes of Midnight review.
Yeah, it's our spooky season.
Yeah.
Spooky, what did we call it last week? Spooky Hot-tober?
Where you can listen to all the spooky hot Doctor Who stories here.
Hot and spooky, baby.
Feeling spooky.
So yeah, what better time for a little creepy story like this?
Mm.
I will say up top, at time of recording, the books haven't been released, so I've not read the novelisation yet.
No.
I have got it on pre-order,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to check it out because re-listening to this to review today, I was like, oh yeah, I need that book.
Yeah.
And then I am going to get around to the Jubilee one as well because it's been a while since I've listened to that, and then I'm sure I'll be like, yeah, I need that book as well. But up top, obviously, you haven't listened to a lot of Big Finish.
I've listened to two whole Big Finish.
two whole Big Finish stories. What were your did you have any kind of expectations going in?
I had no idea.
Okay.
I didn't read about it. I literally this morning before you came binged it. You said.
Did you have any knowledge of the story at all?
No knowledge. All I know is from my friend. Literally, this was like a year ago, maybe. We were talking about Big Finish, and he was telling me that he really enjoys Pungan and Eighth Doctor and Charlie. That's it.
Okay.
So
did you know that it was 8 and Charlie going in?
No.
Okay.
So but obviously when I saw the picture of it on Spotify, I saw
when you see the cover
8 and Charlie. So then I knew it was a story to do with them, and I was like, oh, I remember them saying that they really enjoyed it. Cool. And then went into it, no expectation.
Okay.
No idea.
Because I deliberately
didn't tell you anything
about it. Obviously, you would have been able to infer the fact that we were doing it for Spooky October, that it was going to be a bit of have some horror flavouring in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I specifically didn't tell you anything. Deliberately, rather, didn't tell you anything. Because I wanted to get it from your perspective of just going in blind.
Yeah. Can I just say, one of the best stories I have ever listened to.
Yes!
Remember last week when I said it wasn't my bag under the lake floor?
Yeah.
This is my bag.
I knew it would. This is, and when I was like, like haunted house, sort of very horror.
Yeah. Yeah. But you said haunted house. I'd honestly forgotten you had said that. We'll discuss this later on when we delve into the review properly. But this is one of my biggest and main special interests. So much it was something in a different context, but this kind of concept was my master's dissertation.
Okay.
My model.
Wait, no,
yeah. My model and script that I adapted for my master's dissertation, and I played it for you 2.5, longer than that, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
I'd never made that connection. Yeah. But
Yeah, we'll get into it later.
I was going to say we'll get onto that because I'm thinking we maybe do a spoiler-free section at the top here.
Okay.
And give sort of general view, just because I'm aware that unlike the TV stuff, it might be that some people are jumping onto this without having listened to it. I completely recommend that you go and listen to it.
Please, it's free. It's on Spotify.
We'll
link it below.
Music.
Yeah. It is really worth the listen to. Like I said, nothing really holds my interest. I have to be doing something. This is the first time in a very, very long time I made notes alongside, but I sat and listened and didn't have to have any external stimuli. And I I listened to it all back to back, all 4 parts.
Yeah.
In situ.
I
came out of it and was like,
that's incredible.
Right?
That's genuinely shocked me. Yeah.
Honestly, that's incredible. After I listened to it, I went, I need to talk about this now. We've been sat with each other for hours, and I'm surprised. I've been sat here chomping ready.
Yeah, I really wasn't sure what you were gonna make. I suspected that you'd like it anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's brilliant, and also sort of up your street, tonally kind of setting and all of that. And with it being Paul McGann and But when you were like, "Oh, I'm not," you really didn't give anything away.
No,
And
I told
there
you
was
I
part of
poker
me that
face.
was like, "Oh, did you really not like it?"
Mm-hmm.
So I'm over the moon.
It's because I loved it so much. I didn't want to
it.
give anything away because I wanted us to sit down and have this conversation right now.
This is great. Oh,
Yeah.
this put me in a really good mood.
Good. Happy 25th episode.
Yeah. So yeah, if you've not listened to the Chimes of Midnight,
please
go and have a listen.
Please.
We'll do a spoiler-free sort of first.
You might have to take lead on that because I don't know if I'm going to be able to say anything without spoilers.
Okay. So, well, we'll go for the general sort of premise.
Okay.
And then we'll point out. I'll timestamp what's where the spoilers start for anyone that wants to get a flavour for it and then go and listen, and then you can come back.
Okay.
Because I don't want to spoil it because.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like you should go in. You should almost go in blind.
I really hope. I'm in a weird place right now because I want to say go in blind, but I want to talk about it. And if this is the first time that you're like hearing about it or like getting the motivation to go listen to it, I want to talk about it so bad.
Yeah.
So I feel really bad. So I'm really sorry, but I am going to talk about it with passion and to its fullest extent.
I mean, if you can't, I feel like there can't be a better endorsement for this story's quality than the excitement that you've. Yeah. So if you're not convinced by that, you're probably not going to be.
I'll write a proper review as well to go alongside this.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, so this is a Big Finish audio from 2002 starring Paul McGann as the Eighth Doctor and India Fisher as his new original Big Finish companion, Charlie Pollard. And we turn up in a what do we call it?
Well, we don't know what it is.
Well, yeah, we're in the dark.
We start in the dark. We can't see anything.
And I think this is something that Rob Shearman does really sort of cleverly plays with the sort of meta element that there aren't any visuals to this and it's an audio medium.
Yeah.
And you know, we rock up and the characters can't see anything because we can't see anything.
Yeah.
And it's something that comes back in another one of his stories, which I think you will also really like. But you might need a bit more prior reading on it.
Okay.
So yeah, I might try and convert you to some more Big Finish stuff.
All right.
But yeah, anyway, it turns out that we are in a pantry, sort of looking around, trying to figure out where they are.
Yeah. Charlie's like touching the walls, trying to get a sense of what the landscape is, so to speak. The geometrics of the room that they're in. Yeah,
and then we quickly sort of come to realise that this is sort of turn of the century, you know, an Edwardian.
Yeah, well, we think the Doctor's checking it out, and he's like, I think it's 20th century.
Yeah, he does a nice little bit of deduction, doesn't he?
Christmas, Edwardian. That's the kind of deducing.
Essentially, they rock up in an old Edwardian mansion around, I think it's like, what, 1906, is it?
It's 1906.
Yeah. Essentially, the Doctor and Charlie get thrust into a murder mystery.
Yeah.
Where one of we're downstairs in the servants' quarters of this, you know, prestigious, quite upper class house.
Yeah.
And one of the servants is killed, and the Doctor and Charlie are assumed to be detectives.
Yep.
Who are here to solve the case.
The mystery, yeah.
But as the story develops, it quickly becomes clear that it's not quite as cut and dry as a normal murder, as your standard murder mystery.
Yeah.
And there's other things going on here. The characters are acting a little bit strangely. There are some kind of inconsistencies within the house, and it's really difficult to try and think of what I can say because I really want people to just So yeah, it unfolds, the story sort of unravels, and we get all of these twists and turns.
Many.
I'm gonna pause it there because I feel like I'm gonna develop a hernia trying to stop myself from like spoiling anything.
I've already had to stop and I've spoiled 3 different things, so I'm not even talking because I just keep saying words.
Yeah, so I've had to edit out Kat going, oh, like, you can't say
I'm literally Tom Hollanding right now.
So if you've not listened to it, it's on Spotify.
Spotify.
It's on Spotify and Spotify, and Apple Music. It's free on there.
Yeah, it's the best place.
I think if you did want to buy it, like buy a download on Big Finish, I think it's like $2.99 or something like that.
It's a bit more on Big Finish. It's about £2 something on Amazon. I think it's like $3.99 or something on Big Finish.
Okay, it's like a couple of quid.
It's quid, yeah.
But go and listen to it. Like
please.
Yeah, please. It's brilliant. Really, really good.
Whoever goes and listens to it, you can come and talk to me about it because I'll talk about it forever.
And if you've never listened to it before the podcast, please let us know if you go listen to it.
Yeah. And let us know what you think.
From this, and let us know what you think, because I'd be really intrigued.
Yeah, and people who have listened to it, tell us what you think.
Yes,
because we're also intrigued. And I want to talk about it.
Okay, right. So this is your spoiler warning now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
talk in depth about it because I'm really excited. So please.
3, 2, 1.
We're in.
Cool. Go. Start talking.
Okay.
Just wherever you want to start. I'm gonna take your lead on this because I feel like you're just gonna.
We'll start from the beginning and work our way through.
Okay, we're going rogue then this week. We're actually sticking to a.
Yeah, because I've got ordered things to say.
Okay.
So we arrive at the scullery. We can't see anything. We don't know what's going on. Charlie goes to investigate. What I want to premise is there's only one thing I am confused of, and it's because I have no idea about Charlie. Yeah,
I deliberately didn't tell you because I was wondering how you would.
So I'll tell you what my interpretation is, and then I might just need fact checking to see if what I considered from this story is what my end result is.
Yeah.
What I really loved just from the offset is their little dialogue of the TARDIS choosing the destination. And he's like, I've set no coordinates, we haven't decided where we're going, we haven't set off, it's fully the TARDIS has plonked us here, and we're going to explore wherever the TARDIS shows us. I love it when, even like just on the show, when the TARDIS chooses and they just end up somewhere.
Yeah, just random.
We end up somewhere for some reason.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the TARDIS says. And it's nice to kind of unpick and unravel why they're there. Especially because the TARDIS is such an interesting, character on the show. And their motivations of always taking you wherever you need to go.
And I think also it's kind of interesting that come the story's end, with what we sort of learn about, what's going on, that the TARDIS would put them there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We'll discuss that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really nice opening.
Yeah.
And I thought from the off, because it's been a while since I've listened to any 8 and Charlie stuff. That was me when I first dipped my toe into Big Finish. That was what I started with. And I'm by no means like a Big Finish connoisseur. It was only a few years ago that I started listening, and it's been, quite sporadic, the stuff I have listened to and stuff. So I'm sure there are people that will be correcting me if I get anything wrong or fact checking me and stuff. But yeah, it's been a while since I've listened to any of the 8 and Charlie stuff. And I think I definitely need to do a re-listen and go back to the start with it, because I think at that point I wasn't fully appreciating the stories and the performances and the characters and all of that, because I was still kind of adjusting to the format of an audio play.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really have any prior history of that, I'd never really it like audiobooks, but that's
different,
not quite
it?
the same. So yeah, I do want to go back and kind of fully start from the beginning of them.
So Charlie is an Edwardian woman from the 1930s.
Yes.
Middle to upper class?
Yes.
Yeah. So I know I'm kind of jumping to the end a little bit, but I'm just going to ask the question first. So do you know what her first story with the Doctor is? Is her first story the Doctor saving her from that?
The R101, yeah. Yeah.
So that happened.
That's their first, yeah.
So that is their first adventure. So she was meant to die
there. So everyone on that airship, it's like a famous historical tragedy.
Yeah.
Everyone on that airship died.
Right.
In the first story, the Doctor turns up, but Charlie is snuck on.
Yeah.
To the ship.
What was her motivation for that?
She wants an adventure.
Right.
So she's managed to get a.
She was 19, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's managed to sort of sneak away on. The Doctor runs into the Doctor. There's an alien threat. Which what do you know? I know. They sort of team up to stop it, and he essentially just takes her with him.
But her family and everyone else believe that she passed away on that ship.
Yeah, because to this point, so this is their.
So where is this in the timeline then?
This is their like 6th story.
Okay.
Something like that. So she's just
disappeared.
Yeah. For all intents and purposes, everyone in that ship died.
Yeah.
She was one of them. She was on there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to like confirm that.
Yes. So that's why the whole thing of the.
Well, I want to get into that later.
Okay.
But I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing anything.
Yeah.
In my notes. That's fine.
So essentially, yeah, she's from the 30s.
Yep.
Sort of middle class.
Yep.
But wants to run away, and she wants an adventure. She wants to explore. Yeah.
Fair.
What did you make of Charlie? Because this would have been your first time
meeting Charlie.
Yeah.
I thought she was great. She's really good. She's like, it's really hard listening to an audio character because they have to be charismatic.
Yeah.
Just audibly, and she really was that. I think that I really like the pairing of and I like that she's Edwardian. Like with this, I don't listen to audio stuff, so I don't have like fresh companions. Obviously, I know we've had some in Classic Who, but like with the new Who stuff, which is more where my comfort blanket is, it's just all humans. There's no different, all from this era, like 21st century human women, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that 8th Doctor with Edwardian companion. It's just nice. It just feels different.
It fits, and I think they complement each other nicely.
Yeah, for what my kind of like scope of what the 8th Doctor is.
I was going to say,
really nice.
And I think with Big Finish, so this is back in, I think Paul McGann's first one was like 2001. So he's been playing the character for like nearly 25 years.
Yeah.
So he's a bit of a chameleon, like, whereas you could kind of point to, Pertwee's Doctor is the James Bond action hero. McCoy's Doctor is the sort of Machiavellian chess player, playing at being the clown. Tennant's is the romantic hero, and like you can kind of
piece
pin
something,
them.
yeah.
Whereas Paul McGann, because
of his TV movie, can be
like,
anything.
Exactly, and I think in the early stuff they kind of continue that kind of romantic, like traveller sort of, and I don't mean necessarily romantic as in like lovey-dovey, but romantic as in like the romantic period. Like, he's in that Edwardian frock coat, and he's like, I when I think of 8, I always think of that bit when he's sort of dancing around the park, and he's like got his arms outstretched, and he's like, I can see these shoes, they fit perfectly. and all of that. Like, yeah, just that like real joy and love for everything that's going on. But he kind of molds into different, like, for whatever the different series are, and as he goes through with different companions and different settings, obviously they do some Time War stuff with him, which you can imagine he's very different in that to the sort of stuff he is here. But yeah, I think there's a really nice sort of continuation of that character, and they get to play a little bit with it and give him a bit of an arc and further develop that characterization. But I think his relationship with Charlie, literally just in that first scene, I was like, oh, I've missed you too.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten how much I loved them, because I think their chemistry is just...
I was going to say, I got their dynamic right off the off-bat when she's like...
Right off the off-bat?
Wait, what's the saying?
Right off the bat?
Right.
Right off the off-bat.
Not very good at these. Right off the bat, I got their dynamic instantly in literally just when she's like, there's so much blood. Oh my god, doctor, there's so much blood. And it's like, oh, it's Jam. Don't worry, Charlie. It's Jam. She's like, there's blood everywhere. And he's like, no, yeah, I think it's just raspberry jam. I was just like, for God's sake, this is beautiful.
I love that little moment.
That was in like the first like 3 minutes. And I was like, I know exactly what I'm in for.
Mm-hmm. But I also loved the thing that gets me is in that moment where, so there's the smash and he sort of runs out and she's like, and she obviously thinks she's sliced her arm open. And he's immediately, oh Charlie, I'm so sorry, I'm so careless, and like,
I shouldn't have got you to go out and have a look.
It's my fault. And he's so like apologetic and like caring and and I was like,
that's such a beautiful beat, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's really lovely. Just really,
and he carries that out throughout the whole episode as well.
Yeah, there's so much like care and like a kindness and just an outward sort of emotionality, I think, from Paul.
He's so soft in the way he talks as well.
Yeah,
you could just sit and listen to him all day, can't you?
He is maybe the doctor for audio.
Yeah,
just because of that voice.
Yeah,
it's so comforting. You've got that.
It fits his doctor though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like when you just described him as like the romantic doctor, like his voice fits that as well.
And he's got that sort of that gentlemanly, cadence, but also, it's kind of a little bit unassuming, like it's a little bit Hugh Grantish. But then it's also, he has his sort of Tom Bakery moments, and he has when he
has an edge when he gets like annoyed, or he has to stand his ground, or he's in some sort of conflict.
But it's interesting how that voice sort of
switches and develops.
Switch and But yeah, we've not even left the pantry yet.
Sorry. So we then there's a blur.
There's a blur. Blah, 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 blah.
And we're introduced to some new characters.
Yes.
We are introduced to the workers under the stairs.
The workers under the stairs. Yeah, the servants downstairs. It's a very sort of upstairs downstairs.
Well, that's the formula.
Downton Abbey setting. Yeah.
So we're pretty much in the scullery or in the kitchen. That's really the only.
Yeah, we never leave. We never go upstairs. Which I think is really, really nice.
We'll get onto that.
Yeah.
We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that. So we're introduced to Edith.
Yes.
We love Edith. She's the scullery maid. And she is having a conversation with Mr. Shaughnessy first.
Shaughnessy, yeah.
Yeah.
Edith, stop that caterwauling.
God's sake. So we learn a little bit about those characters, and we're dropped a few lines that I instantly picked up on, that we hear all the way through the story. The "I'm nothing, sir. I'm nobody." Yeah. And it broke my heart.
It's really horrible, isn't it?
Hearing the dynamics, just even the hierarchy for the underclass,
the servants,
and the servants, like it was just so heartbreaking. And you can see the different systems that are in place. And I was just, I liked Edith.
Yeah, I think she's, again, I think, like we were saying last week about O'Donnell, I think it'd be easy to make that character irritating.
Really annoying, but absolutely
But
not.
she gives it so much heart.
Yeah.
And and she's doing a proper Cockney accent.
Oh, I loved it.
It's all very sort of Mary Poppins, isn't it? A little bit Oliver Twist. But it never feels grating.
No, it does feel really natural, as if you are literally right there in the scullery with them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we have a little bit there. Mr. Shaughnessy shows her what her name is in the dust.
Yeah, and I like that as a beat as well, because it's I mean it's a nice little interaction, I think.
Yeah.
But also, I think because you've set Shaughnessy up as, oh, he's this,
he's a bit of a twat.
He's a prick. Being like, yeah, that's right, you're nothing. You'll do well to remember that, Edith. Then he has this little bit of humanity.
Yeah, this little bit of softness.
Just this tiny little glimpse.
And it's backhanded, because he's slating her for her not doing her job well.
Yeah.
Saying that she does half a job. Look at the dust down here. It is an absolute state. You could even write your name in the dust.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, well, sir, I can't write my name. I can't read or write. And he's like, well, this is how you would write your name. So even though there is that tiny little glimpse, he's still like, look, I'm writing your name in the dirt that you haven't cleaned because you're so bad at your job, because you're nothing.
Yeah.
But
I do think there's a little bit of compassion and a little bit of intimacy. Not intimacy like that, but like in the,
shared moment.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see how much, where she's like, oh, that's my name, is it?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. And you can see how much it obviously means to her.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting that from that point, you never really see that from Shaughnessy again.
No.
But almost, I think, deliberately, because as the story goes on, they get further and further away from their humanity.
Yeah.
So I think that's a nice thing. Like, you're not having him come in and be lovely, and then by the end, he's an arsehole.
No. But there is that one glimmer.
Yeah, and then that's it. It's snuffed out.
Yeah. I really like Charlie when they can see a little bit.
Yeah.
And she writes Charlie Pollard, and then it disappears.
Yeah. It's a cool little. Ooh.
I was like, why?
Why? What's going on?
Why did you disappear?
But Charlie, the dust.
I was like, instantly, I'm listening.
Yeah, go on. You piqued my interest.
Okay. Why has that gone? I loved... Shaman! Right. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I love, writing with intent. And you get it so much in a good murder mystery. And all of the little seeds of dialogue, of action that Shearman writes in there, and how it wraps around right at the end and comes together with a tight little bow. I was like, oh, because, okay, so as we progress, we see lots of different mysterious little bits. We hear things that happen at the same time. So we've got, think of 8 and Charlie in one room, and Edith, Mr. Shaughnessy, and then we're later introduced to Mrs. Badley, and Frederick, and then later Mary. So they're all of the staff. They're the main characters that you're going to hear, and they're in another room. Charlie can hear Edith and some of the words that Mrs. Badley's saying and things like that, but and the doctor can't hear anything, and there's all this mystery that's building up, and it's like, how are you hearing this? Now, when I heard that, I was like, alternate timeline. Instantly, I was like, they're in an alternate timeline, and Charlie can hear her. They're in the same place. I bet you they're in the same place, and as she wrote her name, that Edith wiped it or something. I was like, that's how it is. At this point, I was like, locked in. I was like, right, let's go. The whole way through this story, I was like trying to work it out and piece it together with everything. I was like, but like Jack Skellington in The Nightmare Before Christmas, when he's like, but what does it mean? All the way through, that was me. I had it was Santa hat on. I was a Halloween monster, and I was like, but what does it mean? What's this? That was literally me the whole way through. Yeah, I really liked all of the dynamics set up between all of the staff.
Mm-hmm.
So Frederick trying to low-key, very blatantly threaten Mrs. Badley.
yeah.
I was a bit taken back.
It's
because I was obviously, thankfully we're a bit more progressive now. That can be debated.
Mm-hmm.
But like just hearing straight away just him, like, although they're like literally in the same class system, he's like got a little bit more height above her, and is like, okay, well, you've left me no choice then.
Yeah.
So just sleep with one eye open, babe. And I was just like, okay.
Well, I think the kind of, as you say, those kind of social hierarchies in there are interesting.
Yeah.
Because as you say, even though they're all servants, there is a hierarchy.
Absolutely. Yeah. You've got Edith on the bottom. Then you've kind of got, even though Mary's the lady's maid.
Yeah.
She's still there. She's only just one above Edith.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then you've got this weird dynamic between Mrs. Badley and Frederick, where they kind of play with where they sit in the form of...
How are you saying Frederick?
Frederick.
Frederick.
My R's.
Frederick.
Frederick. Freddie.
No.
They've got a weird... Because Mrs. Badley seems like she's very kind of higher up in terms of like she's the cook. She runs that
and you get
kind
the
of
impression
side
that she's like
mother.
While.
You know, like she's that kind of
the matriarch.
Yeah,
of
there
that.
we go,
Yeah,
matriarch.
Yeah.
But then Frederick's the chauffeur, so he doesn't work down. I say it loosely, down the bottom with them.
Yeah,
he gets to go up because he chauffeurs them around. He doesn't clean. He doesn't do any of that. So he's a step above her, but she's also has that authority because
she has the authority over the others.
Do you know what I mean? So there's that weird. She has authority down there, so they respect her more than what they would respect him, even though he's higher up. But he doesn't have that control. Do you know what I mean? So there's that weird dynamic in play, and then you've got Mr. Shaughnessy, who is above all of them.
Yeah,
but he's still not upstairs.
Yeah. Well, I read. It might have even been whilst I was researching trivia for this.
Yeah.
Somebody said they were wondering if Shaughnessy was written as Irish. And I mean, Shaughnessy's an Irish name, so I'd assume maybe. But there's like an added context there because the actor playing him is a Yorkshireman, so he's putting the accent on.
Yeah.
But there's like an added context there of like how poorly the Irish were treated at this point.
Yeah.
So he's had to get to this point, he would have had to climb his way up. And there's kind of a subtext there of him kind of kicking the ladder down from underneath him to stop other people climbing.
Yeah.
Because, well, I've had to work for this.
Yeah.
So I am better than you.
Yeah.
Because
I'm here.
I've climbed and I've reached it.
Mm-hmm.
You've not done any, so I am better than you. And that, like, I think that's an interesting sort of just tiny little bit of subtext that really adds to it.
All of the characters are really well thought out.
Mm-hmm.
And at this moment, where we are kind of in the story, so Charlie and Nate are still elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
We're still cut in between the two at the scullery and Charlie and Nate. But at this point, as we're progressing further, Nate and Charlie pull a cracker, and the cracker reforms together, and they're like, "How does that happen? What's reusable cracker?" That was a fantastic line. Reusable crackers. Time not letting them in.
Yeah.
That I was like, what do you mean? What does that mean?
Little concept, isn't it?
Yeah. Whatever they do resets. They can't break
like,
into
influence.
Yeah, they
their
can't influence.
environment.
They can't break into anything, except when they do it again. The Doctor pulls out the hat from the cracker as it reseals.
Yeah.
So that he could test if he can make an impression, and he can. He still has the Christmas cracker in his hand. It works both ways.
Yeah, the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was really, really interesting. I was like, okay, so they're slowly breaking into what this other reality is, this other time. Like, are they coexisting? Like, what's going on?
The way I sort of take it is that because it's very short sort of bursts, like Charlie writing her name or the cracker being pulled and then reforming, it's like a matter of like seconds.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of it revolves around the clock.
Yes.
And happening on the strike, like
we haven't got there yet, but
no, I know, yeah. But like, I took it as though like with like between the seconds, they can get in. Okay. So like that cracker being pulled, and it's back for the next tick of the clock, kind of thing. So I took it as that rather than them slowly chipping away. Yeah. It's only on the exact tick.
Oh, okay.
That could be...
See, because I thought, okay, it makes sense. So obviously I had no idea what was coming first later on. So I was thinking, okay, so they're slowly putting their hand into another world and slowly leaving an impression to kind of break down the barriers that are there. And then I thought of kind of justified it towards the end when we get to it. I'll kind of explain where my thought process went from beyond there, but I like your thoughts, but a nanosecond between the ticks.
I don't know if that... I
like that. That's exciting.
But yeah, there's something about that I found quite interesting, that it's the sort of tiniest like breaths of time in between that they can, and then they're back, they're sort of back into being frozen in there. But yeah, it's such a creepy little visual. And I know it's not like original. Like, what was that? Bernard's Watch. Did you ever watch that?
No.
It was like a kids' TV show where this lad had a special watch that if he clicked it, he could freeze time.
Oh, okay.
And
I actually feel like I remember something like that.
It's
never watched it, but I can remember what.
Like it's only like a vague memory. And then he'd get up to like little shenanigans and stuff. And then, but I always used to like, whenever I saw it, I used to think how like creepy it was. Yeah. And I always used to think like, what if that watch got stuck?
Yeah. And you're all alone,
and he's left
frozen in time. Yeah. Everyone frozen in time, and it's just him. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's outside of it. There's some really weird, like kind of dark existential.
I swear, there's a film like that, and not Click. No, but I swear there's a film like that somewhere, because like you mentioning that, I had like visions of something else to do with a little girl with this similar kind of thing. That's why there's like a 2000s movie about it.
That'd be interesting.
Anyway,
but yeah, like I think that's just a cool visual. Yeah. For
and Charlie being able to hear through the fire burning.
Yeah.
The carol and all of that.
Just like little echo, like little ghosts of.
And as soon when I listened to this at 10:30 this morning. I always thought, instantly when we get the bit about Charlie hearing the carols and the Doctor not being able to, I was like, oh, okay, this story centered around Charlie then.
Yeah.
It was her name that was written in the dust and reset. I know it was the action of 8 and Charlie pulling the cracker, but she could hear things before that. Mm-hmm. They pull the cracker, it comes back. Although the Doctor's holding the hat, she finds the joke. Yeah. And then she could hear the Christmas carol being sung. I was like, okay, so this story centered around Charlie. Charlie's going to be a main event in this story. And then we cut to Charlie and Edith talking.
Yeah.
How did you find that? What did you think about that?
It's one of those, yeah, because there's no real lead up to it.
No, there's literally like some like kind of shum.
Yeah, because so I listened to this on I presume you listened to it on Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm an Apple Music girly, so I was listening to it on there.
Yeah.
And for a second I worried that it had shuffled and skipped to a different track. Yeah, so I had to double check and was like, oh no, it is. No,
it's literally like they cut. Yeah.
And it takes you a second to go, oh, who's the that's the girl from Reddit.
Yeah.
How are they? Wait, okay. And you're kind of listening.
Okay, I didn't have that reaction.
Oh, okay.
I instantly was like, she's through.
Oh.
Because I already thought that there was 2 alternate timelines going on, and I was waiting for them to get through to the other timeline.
Right. Okay.
So I was waiting for this.
Obviously, I know I've heard this before, so I've come in knowing that it's not like a timeline thing.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, okay, like of course this is happening because this is how they get the foot in the door.
Right. Okay. So you were just like, she's through now.
She's through. Yeah, I was like, she's through.
Right.
They're talking now. I didn't know. I assumed the Doctor wasn't there because of the whole Shawn thing. I thought that Charlie had just like been like sucked into this other place. I thought there were 2 places coexisting and that they were echoes in the room with them. So they were in the same room but they couldn't see them, but Charlie was susceptible so she could hear and she could film the things that she was doing was being manipulated at the same time. So it was just kind of like coexisting in the same room, but there was like a, like when it like stolen up and it's like, we're just a single second now sing. Like that kind of thing. So as soon as they came together, I was like, oh, she's jumped into this other reality now. She's with this other timeline, this other state of being, and she's now with Edith.
Yeah.
And then Edith was kind of going on about she could foresee her death. She's going to die soon, stuff like that. I was like,
it's a really creepy. Gosh. Yeah. I think the way that the actor plays that as well, I'm going to die soon.
Yeah.
And it made me think of that bit in Name of the Doctor.
Oh my gosh.
You know when they're having the no, you know when they're having the sort of psychic projection meeting that Vastra's, and Clara's there and River shows up and whatever.
Yeah.
There's a bit in it where the Whispermen break into the house, like Vastra and Jenny's house.
Oh my god.
And that she goes,
yeah,
Mum, I think I've been murdered.
Yeah.
Like, and that's such a horrible,
yeah,
like creepy little idea.
Oh, it's her face when she says it. Yeah, she's got that tear.
That's what it reminded me, and I was like, that's a great moment. Yeah, that's a great moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which Name of the Doctor was
good. Anyway. I really like.
Yeah, it's really powerful.
Yeah.
Like evocative.
I was like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where can we possibly go from here? And then I like how the Doctor was like, you just kind of froze and then and now you're back type thing. I really like the cliffhanger of part 1 because then we just go into my only note was too late. It let them in. I got so into it. I was like, let's go.
I tell you what, Paul, again, talking about Paul McGann's voice.
Yeah.
He's got a way of turning a line that could sound a bit cheesy and a bit melodramatic.
Yeah.
He's got a way of spinning it. And it's not even that he like downplays the drama of it. He completely matches the drama of it, but I think you just believe he's got, I don't know, there's a sense of like authenticity to his voice. A line like that, like too late, it's let us in. But like it could come with like a at the end of it. But like there's something about the way McGann like
and
it's
you go just like, oh my god, it has. Yeah.
Sorry, Gibson. I think I just woke him up. Speaking of,
what
do you think of the arrangement of the theme tune?
fine. It was annoying because I was watching them and I was like, shut up, next episode.
You wanted to go to the next one. Yeah. That's fair.
I enjoyed it, like at the beginning when it obviously came.
I really like that arrangement.
Yeah, I think it's good. I enjoyed it. It pissed me off when I was trying to fucking skip. I was like, next.
I need more.
I need to get on to part 2, so can we cut that please? But yeah, no, I did enjoy it. It's quirky, isn't it? It's quirky classic theme.
Yeah, I like it because it sounds a bit darker.
Yeah.
I think it's in a different key.
Sure.
I think it's in a different key, so it sounds slightly different. And it's got like a kind of like a darker sort of slightly more ambient kind of. Yeah, Kat's just nodding. Sorry, you're gonna switch off. Part 2.
So we get into part 2, and Edith's drowned in the sink.
Oh, the bloody hell she done that?
That is quite the question, isn't it?
It is. Oh, it's clearly a suicide.
Yeah. Oh, it's clearly a suicide, but how because you can't inhale that much water just by drowning yourself in the sink. You'd pass out, and
you'd
then
fall.
the doctor would be able to revive her, but they couldn't revive her. Why is that?
And that brings me to maybe one of the best lines. And bear in mind, I've heard this a couple of times before.
Yeah.
I genuinely, when I heard this line, pissed myself laughing. So, obviously, they find Edith in the sink, drowned.
Yep.
The doctor points out that it can't have been
a suicide. Yeah.
Mrs. Batterley goes, "Oh, Edith was a very stupid girl, Doctor. She might not have known it was impossible when she did it."
Yeah.
Which is so, like, there's so much, like, dark humour in this.
Yeah.
That is...
And... that's one of the things that I really like, and I can't touch on any of this until we hit part 4. Because I want to keep going as we go on, but so we'll hit on that.
Okay.
But I love how dark the characters and the things that they say so nonchalantly is wrapped up in it, and the meaning behind them, and it gets darker as you progress forward. And it is genuinely a work of art.
It's genuinely, it's really, really well crafted. So
well written, it's ridiculous. Yeah, but don't worry, because the Chief of Scotland Yard is here.
Yes.
All the way from upstairs.
Yes. Oh, well, that is a relief.
Yeah, and Charlie Parlard, his plucky assistant.
His niece?
Yeah, I think it is his niece, isn't it?
It's his niece, don't make it weird. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
We've got him here.
Which is...
to investigate.
And I like that comes along, with them kind of preempting and going, oh, now, I know how this looks. You've just walked in on 2 strangers.
Yeah.
Like, but honestly, we've got nothing to do with it.
And they're like... found her here.
Yeah, obviously not.
And they're like...
Oh, okay. That makes a difference.
Like, yeah, because you're Chief from Scotland Yard. And of course you're here.
Yeah.
There's been an accident. And
I
he's
am.
like, I am. Yeah, it is.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, let's roll with that.
Yeah, I really like that as a concept because again, it's the subversion.
Yeah.
It's
incredible. Oh, can we just cut to the end? It's so incredibly clever because obviously, and I'm ruining it now. I don't care. We're there, so I don't care.
Go on.
House is so clever because obviously it picks with all the other characters. It picks moments from Edith's life, curates them, molds them to create the characters that are working in this house. But obviously with Charlie it had things to work with, but with the Doctor, because he is so out of this world, especially with Charlie and Edith, it's so clever that it picked on moments of when it was in the moment before it came through into the real scullery, that the only thing it really had to go on with his investigative skills.
Yeah.
And the deducting and how he used his facts and information to figure out, it was like a test. It was watching him and understanding how he worked so that he could pick up the Doctor, curate a little story for him and plop him into his world where it would make sense.
Yeah.
And no one will bat an eyelid, and it could be very well received within Edith's life. when those moments were happening to her. As she's working downstairs, things were happening upstairs. The Doctor's out of that world, so they'll pick him from upstairs and place him downstairs, using the skills that he has so that it doesn't look anything different. And that is just so clever.
Yeah.
And such a fun and intelligent way of using him.
Yeah.
As a pawn in House's chess game. Oh my goodness.
Because and I think it doubles as like the meta sort of subversion of what the show usually does.
Yeah.
And and sort of acknowledging that the Doctor plays
this role.
That role of the investigator and okay, well, I'm going to solve the mystery and
I'm going to get to the end of this and
and then really, really clever.
Yeah.
But I do like that the next loop around that they're not detectives from Scotland Yard, they're amateur sleuths.
Yeah.
And it's almost like he's kind of depowering them.
Yeah.
And
It's a mockery. It's
yeah. And it's that's really nice.
Yeah. So we've got Edith's murder.
Yes.
Let's go back. So we have Edith's murder, and we have some brilliant moments between Charlie and the cook. Now, previously when I thought Charlie was the only one that can hear, he's writing in the dust, blah blah blah. She's more susceptible to this world, and I thought that this revolved around her. And I really, really enjoyed their intimate moments between the cook and Charlie. And when she was like, "Oh, well, remember when you broke your tooth on the threepenny bit inside the plum pudding," and all of the hyperfixation with the cook and the plum pudding and taking piece of memory from Charlie. And Charlie was like, "But how would you know that?" Hold on, can we just backtrack a little bit? I loved all of that scene. And she was like, "Well, if you don't care about my plum pudding, then I don't want to talk to you."
I mean, fair play to her, because Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without Mrs. Baddeley's plum pudding.
No.
Naturally.
It wouldn't be.
So it is, again, it's that dark sort of surrealist humour. Like kind of black comedy, but also it's a little bit scary. Because it's like, why are you taking your plum pudding so seriously? Like
that was the only thing. So Charlie's investigating. The Doctor and Charlie split up. The Doctor's gone off and spoke to Mr. Shaughnessy, and she's talking to the cook. And there is this really like kind of like, it's all happy and bubbly. She's like, "Oh, really? Try my plum pudding, and all of these characters have like not a catchphrase, but something that they're really on. So Mr. Shaughnessy, he is very their function is to serve. You are nothing. Remember, you are nobody. That's kind of like his thing. The cook's is her plum pudding. Everyone loves her plum pudding.
Yeah,
it's not Christmas without
Christmas wouldn't be Christmas.
Mrs. Budley's plum pudding. Everyone loves her plum pudding, and she's even like, "I'll even give you a slice, Charlie. Like, just don't tell anybody. Like, you can have the first slice. I know it's your favourite." And all of this. And when she disregards Mrs. Budley's plum pudding, oh my god, the switch. Which is like, "Well, actually, if you're not interested in my plum pudding, then I don't want to watch you." And then she's like, "Okay, well, maybe I am interested in your plum pudding. Maybe I will have some."
That's right, my poppet.
Yeah, all of them, my poppet, all of that. And that's what I found really... That's when I started thinking, what's going on? So I'm jumping a bit to part 3. When Edith's talking to Charlie, and she's suddenly, just in the dialogue, she's like, "My poppet."
Yeah.
And I was like, my little alien...
Antenna
just pinged up. Looked like, what was it, Lala? Is she the one with the... No, Tinky Winky, I don't know. The Teletubby with the straight one. I was like, huh. Interesting. You sound like the cook. Why'd you sound like the cook, Edith?
Why do you sound like the cook, Edith?
I still did not... Oh, by the way, I'm a shit detective because I got it completely wrong.
Okay.
So, like, I went a bit above and beyond. I did not guess the ending at all.
But to be fair, it's not signposted. It's
like, no.
It's the best kind of mystery because all the clues are there.
Oh, like, all of them.
It doesn't pull it out of its arse.
No.
And you go, well, why is it? It's even the doctor's. So when he's talking to Charlie, and she's saying, or maybe the murderer's like someone we've not met, like someone.
Oh
outside.
yeah.
And he's like, no, that's not how these stories work.
No.
Like, that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be, like...
Yeah, that's not how this works.
Yeah, that wouldn't be playing cricket.
Yeah.
Like, you can't...
Just introduce someone that we haven't met yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is... Yeah. And then the reveal, it is someone that we've met.
No, but it's planted right at the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That it sort of goes, yeah, we're not going to do like a 180 and just be like,
oh yeah.
Oh, and it was, John from upstairs.
Yeah.
Like
it was the master from upstairs. Yeah.
But also the twists, like everything seeded.
Yeah, 100%.
And it kind of makes reference to the conventions. Again, it's Rob Shearman, so we're doing meta and where it's like self-reflexive and which itself ties into the narrative, which is
on
a
a
sort
loop.
of loop and perpetuating and self-reflective, and like it's got so many layers, and it's very good.
It really is.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
So Cook has a plum pudding. Frederick has his love affair with Mary.
Yes.
And Mary's just besotted with
Yeah,
Freddie.
she's just infatuated with him,
and she will do anything to keep their love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way it goes. So his thing is he's a chauffeur, so he has his cars, and then she does anything for me lady.
Yes.
So the doctor then starts talking to Freddie and starts to see if he's the murderer, because they're trying to go through it, and they're like, "Did you murder?"
Little interviews, isn't he?
And I really like the little between all of them as they're interviewing. It's like, I'm not the murderer, but I think it's this person. And the doctor and Charlie are like, why? And it's like, the shifty eyes.
Yeah, eyes are a bit
their
shifty.
eyes are a bit shifty. So it's definitely them.
And then I love the bit when that comes full circle, when it's interviewing Mary. I think it was Edith.
Oh, why? Is it because of her shifty eyes?
But it's like, Edith's dead. Edith's the one that's dead. It's like, oh, is she? All right then. Can't have been her. Like, and again, playing into the weird sort of flippant, like, there's something not quite right, and that it's almost
With
like an uncanny valley kind of thing.
It is. That's what, when we got into the second loop, which we can discuss in literally just a little bit, because it goes into the second loop. I am obsessed with uncanny valley things, anything to do with that, because it creeps me out to my soul.
Yeah.
So when I started getting that kind of like, oh yeah, sorry, funny the things you forget type of thing, I was like, oh my god, I'm eating this for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And I love like the premise of like a doll's house, and this is exactly what this was feeling like. All of the characters were being curated and moved, and they didn't really have their own sense of free will, because something is up, and this is what I was thinking at this point. Something's off, and the doctor and Charlie are the only ones that are kind of have their own free thoughts and free will, and can say things not without any consequence, but that you would think logically in that moment when you haven't maybe been succumbed to something. Yeah,
it's just that sense of unreality, isn't it? In that the not quite,
the not thing,
the not quite, the not quite, the not, because that's the conversation there was the Doctor and Freddy's, where he drives a Chrysler.
Yeah, and that's what I got hit. The dates aren't aligning with the time of the things that are mentioned.
Yeah.
And the doctor's like, but that hasn't been invented yet. And he's like, oh, did I say this? No, I meant this.
Yeah. Oh, I can't drive that then.
No. It must be this. And then he gives another name of a car.
Yeah. And it's that weird thing of like, who's telling you this?
Yeah.
Like, who's talking through you,
Yeah.
who's, you know.
Why did you say? Because the doctor's like, well, why did you say that car then?
And he sort of acknowledges it.
Yeah,
still.
he's like, oh yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't drive a Chrysler. They ain't been invented yet.
Yeah.
It's well.
Right. So.
Yeah. How do you know that's even a thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it builds. It just keeps building, doesn't it? And although it's essentially the same beat.
Yeah. It works.
Slightly tailored for the different characters, or, you know, the dates not lining up, or the weirdness of Mary not remembering that Edith's the one that's dead.
Yeah.
Or Mrs. Baddeley knowing things about Charlie that she couldn't, and the weird sort of like mood swings, and like even though they essentially serve the same purpose to make you and the Doctor and Charlie go,
they're different enough.
Yeah. It just feels like a steady sort of turning up the dial. And one thing this story has in buckets is atmosphere.
Massive.
It is dripping in atmosphere and tension.
This is
the whole way through.
I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to get through it before going in because of my attention span. There is at no point where I was like, I need to take a break here. I was on the edge of my seat. My phone, my head was to the speaker. And I was like, let me consume this.
Yeah.
So then, we figure out things aren't aligning. Swarm. Charlie's back in the darkness. She can't see again. She's in the darkness. And she's speaking to Edith again. But she's dead. So how is she speaking to Edith? And Edith tells Charlie there's going to be another murder soon. And one thing that instantly hooked in my brain, when she was like, oh, I'm tired of dying. I was like, oh, Edith. Wait, you what?
Oh, bless you. What did you just say?
What did you say? So
come again?
Say that again. And then she's back in the room.
And you're back in the room.
And you're back in the room. And who's dead? The cook.
Oh, Mrs. Baddeley.
Mrs. Baddeley's dead. And probably in the most gruesome death.
It's great, isn't it?
Like, I thought, it's funny because, like, I guess audio story, you don't have the same kind of rules as you would on primetime TV at 7 o'clock on a family show. Because I think a head in the sink with graphic detail of how the lungs have been filled with water, and no, she should have fainted on the floor, and all of that, you know, the details that you can't really say on prime time. I thought even that was, I was like, okay, so that's a bit, you know, grotesque, that's a bit. And then we hear Mrs. Baddeley and how she dies because her mouth has been stuffed and she's choked on her own plum pudding.
We've all been there.
You
know.
She just could not resist.
No, Christmas wouldn't be Christmas
without Mrs. Baddeley's plum pudding.
Yeah, and you know what it is? It's the sound design.
Yeah.
Like, I think the sound design in this is really, really strong.
Yeah.
Definitely adds to that atmosphere.
Yeah.
And those, like, shock moments. Like, just the squelching of the Doctor
taking the pieces plum out of her mouth.
And the threepenny bit and like because it's just but like paired with the image
of
just
her
a dead
lying
woman,
there
like,
with threepenny bits on her eyes and just been like, completely stuffed
plum just
all
like,
over her.
Like it's horrible, isn't it?
Horrific.
I think the sound design throughout this is really good, which is interesting because it's like so early in the days of Big Finish, where like the sound design on a Big Finish release now is generally like brilliant, because it's, you know, 20 odd years later, and it's like a well-oiled machine now, and there's so many more people that are working on it. But back in, you know, early 2000s, like they've only been operating as a company for like 2-3 years. So in some of the earlier stuff, like the sound designs, it's not great.
I didn't find that at all with this one.
But this, this doesn't feel like dated or cheap or anything like that.
No.
It's just really, really simple. It's not in your face. It's not trying to, you know, it just does exactly what it needs to do to support the story, support the script, and support the performances.
Yeah.
And ties it all together.
Mm-hmm.
And it, really, really good. Just generally for that atmosphere. But as you say, moments like that with the plum pudding, I did find myself going, oh, that's gnarly.
Yeah, I was like, all right, come on then. And I love horror and I love bits like that. So I was like, yeah, let's go. But also I was like, this is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
But this murder is significant, isn't it?
It is.
Because we start to have an unravelling.
Yes.
So we find out that the deaths are on the hour.
Yeah.
As the clock chimes, we hear the same scream.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not Mrs. Badley's scream.
Mm.
So why is the murderer screaming? Why would you scream as you're murdering them? And why would you murder someone like that? Because that takes more than a couple of minutes.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. And for some reason, this death didn't feel like it was an hour apart from Edith's.
Yeah.
So why is it suddenly time sped up for the next murder?
Mm-hmm.
This all seems like an elaborate game. Whose game are they playing? First, we need to go back to Edith, who tells us about Edward Grove.
Yes.
So this is our first introduction to who Edward Grove is.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't met them yet, or have we?
Or have we?
We supposedly, and are led to believe that we haven't met Edward Grove yet. As soon as Edward Grove is mentioned, we start to forget Edith. Because Mary's the scullery maid.
Yeah.
And Frederick could never be in love with a scullery maid.
So in love with a scullery maid?
That's just unheard of. That can't happen.
Who's Edith?
Oh yeah, because I'm the scullery maid, so that couldn't possibly happen.
Yeah, all of those bits, they're like, it reminds me a little bit of the in Forest of the Dead, and all the Dr. Moon things, and it's like, and then you remembered.
Oh, Dr. Moon, of course.
Like, all of those little bits, like playing with reality and memory, and that, it's great. It's really creepy.
It's really creepy, and it's
the amount of power and like influence that something could have in order to completely just
change someone's reality and memory.
Yeah, it's really
in a moment, in a second.
Yeah, and almost like unfeasible.
Yeah,
like you can't really compute or like quantify what something like that would be and how that could happen.
But it absolutely happens. And at this point, the doctor's like, right, time's moving faster.
Yeah.
It has to happen on this chime, so something's speeding it up. Let's go find a clock.
Let's find a what?
Clock.
Oh, okay.
Let's go find a grandfather clock.
A grandfather what?
A grandfather clock. A grandfather clock.
Oh, right. Okay. Deary me.
So, the doctor goes to find a grandfather clock, but Mr. Shaughnessy has something a little to say about that.
I bet he does.
He
You want to have a look at my grandfather what?
He won't allow it. He absolutely won't allow it. So the doctor bumps into Mr. Shaughnessy, and he has a little friend with him, and it's not his grandfather clock, it's a gun.
Is that a grandfather clock in your pocket?
Oh, you just have me see. He does. The doctor's like, right, I'm going to talk to you about these murders. He starts giving the old, oh, there is no Edith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it must have been a suicide, and the doctor's having no time for it.
Yeah.
No time. And he's like, right, well, there must be a grandfather clock here. Where are the clocks? And he's like, oh, there's no need for time. I'm a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
I run down here. There is no clock. There is no time. We don't need it down here. And the doctor's like, well, I can see the fob watch in your pocket. May I have that then? And he's like, no.
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 Oh, no, I don't
no,
think
I don't
so.
think, no. And he's like, well, there's no clock down here. Can I have your pocket watch? And he's like, no, I can tell you the time. And then he gives him a time, and he's like, no, I didn't ask for the time. I asked for your watch.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to go upstairs and get a time for myself. And he gets out his gun. And he's like, yeah, you want to think about that? He's like,
but I love and part of it's the fact that obviously with it being an audio medium,
Yeah.
you have to deliver some dialogue that acts as sort of exposition or characters explaining what's happening in front of them because the audience can't see it.
Yeah.
So it needs to be communicated. Which is ironically how Chris Chibnall writes some of his scripts, even though it can be seen.
Please don't get me started.
Obviously, it's sort of it's necessary. It's a necessity of the medium.
Yeah.
But it does also mean you get sort of funny, like you can play with it.
Yeah. I was gonna say, listening to this, there was a couple of moments where I was like, okay, you're having to tell us, but that probably only happened genuinely about 3 times in like 2 hours.
And in this, obviously, the Doctor turns around and goes, Shaughnessy, you're pointing a gun at me.
Yeah.
Like, which is like, obviously just needs to be
it's
there.
It's a necessity, yeah.
But it's also really funny because it's the nonchalant, like the calmness of just like,
you're pointing a gun at me.
You've got a gun pointing at me. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it feeds into this sort of odd, like,
well, he's
what's going on? Like, why?
You want to go upstairs and you're not allowed upstairs.
Yeah, it's forbidden.
And this is the first time that we do realise that there is someone. He's been told that he's not allowed up there and he has to use the gun on him if he does start to make his way up those stairs. And that's when we're introduced to the he of it all.
Yeah, exactly. And I love the logic that the Doctor uses, where he's like, "Oh, okay, well, obviously, if you've got the gun pointing at me, and you're stopping me from doing this, there's no problem with me taking your watch."
Yeah.
And the when he explains it to Charlie, it's like it can't concentrate on 2 things at once.
Yeah.
It can stop me going upstairs, or it can stop me having the watch, but it can't do both.
Yeah.
And obviously, we later learn that it's like it's maybe not got enough power or enough resources to be able to...
he explains that it sees him as a threat.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that it can focus on. It can only focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
So it's going to protect itself by the Doctor not going up the stairs. Yeah, so the Doctor's able to go...
priority.
Yeah. So anything can slide underneath the radar because he's so frightened on that one specific thing.
Yeah.
Which is really clever. And I really enjoyed it. And now the Doctor's got a watch. And he can watch time now. And he sees that the ticking is going faster. Time isn't running at its normal speed. Whatever this thing is, it's speeding up time because it wants to get to the next murder.
Yeah.
And we've got to try and figure out why it's speeding up and why it's speeding up to midnight and what's significant about a chime at midnight. And this is
the title of the bloody story. That's what's significant.
I know. We're getting to the end of part 2 now, and at this point, everyone has forgotten about Edith, and everyone's ignoring the Doctor, because he's trying to keep everyone together. He's like, it's about to hit midnight. I don't want another person to die because that's the next step that's going to happen.
Yeah,
and everyone's dispersing and just ignoring him. They're like, well, we've got roles to do. We've got things to do. We're not going to stand here with you and Charlie. We're just going to go.
Yeah.
And the Doctor's like, no, you've got to stay here. There's going to be a murder. I can't keep tabs on all of you if you're not all here. And they're like, no.
And in the background, you've got Charlie going 58. 59. Like
counting down up to midnight.
Yeah. As it ramps up.
The tension and the suspense in it
is that like...
heart beating.
Yeah, just it's relentless for those last couple of minutes.
It's really driving up that threat. It's really driving up that suspense of it's getting to midnight. The time's gone rapid. She's literally at one point, she's like, I can't even see the second hand because it's spinning so quickly because we're amping up to that next murder. The clock chimes and it's the end of part 2. And I was there like... I was like, get rid... Again, the title sequence. I'm like, get off my phone! I don't want the title sequence. I want part 3.
It's such a good... I think that one's my favourite cliffhanger.
Yeah, me too. The suspense is there. You're literally on the edge of your seat like, oh my God, what's going on?
Because it just ramps, and then It's brilliant.
Part 3.
Part 3, yeah.
We're back.
You know what? This is really refreshing because usually I feel like often when we start recording, you'll go, "You've got to take the lead on this one." This is
You shut up.
Yeah, this is great. I can just sit here and go, "Yeah, I agree."
Yeah.
As you were. Sorry.
Thank you. So part 3. Edith is dead again. The cook's alive, and Edith is dead. The scene replays with pretty much the exact same script as the first death. That's
a really sort of weird,
yeah,
like that you're getting the same lines again.
Yeah,
but slightly altered.
Literally slightly altered.
Because obviously the Doctor and Charlie's lines aren't the same.
But even though the Doctor and Charlie's lines aren't the same, the responses to them is almost identical. So they're still saying the same thing, calling her a silly girl, saying that she probably didn't know that she was killing herself because the death's different this time.
I really like the... I was saying earlier, I've got just... My notes for this were just like one-liners that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And I like the first time round when the Doctor's sort of saying how Edith wouldn't have been able to kill herself in the sink. And and Mary's like, "Oh, ain't he posh with all his scientific words?"
Yeah.
And then when it comes the second time round, she'd need someone to hold the other end.
Yeah.
"Oh, ain't he posh with all his scientific words? Hold the other end."
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make sense.
No. But the script is still the same. Yeah, and the same instances are still the same.
So funny, but also, again, unsettling.
Yeah, it's so dark. It's so like... Oh, what is going on here? And the Doctor even says in the time this is more or less the same script.
Yeah,
that they're saying we're just playing this on a loop. However, when you look in the dust, Edith Thompson, Charlie Pollard, and a third signature.
Yes,
Edward Grove.
Oh, but that's who Edith was talking about last time.
Who is Edward Grove? And the question is, why?
I don't know, Charlie, but I think we need to find out.
So, they're forbidden from leaving the house. And the man from upstairs has ordered all of them to kill the Doctor if he tries to leave. And this time it's Frederick.
Yes.
Who is going to say, "I'm going to kill you if you try to leave." Because the Doctor orders Frederick to try and drive them away.
Yeah, he's like, "Give me a ride outside."
Yeah, and he's like, "I can't do that."
Oh, but you're under orders to, you know. And it's using the logic
of the reality that is built around them.
Against
them. But you are the chauffeur.
You're a chauffeur, you drive people.
You drive people, and isn't it right that
respect the gentleman's wishes?
Yeah. I'm here to investigate these murders and you have to listen to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm from upstairs, remember?
And I really like that as they're doing that, and he's obviously trying to play within the rules that have been set up. And he's like, "Well, you know, you do as the gentleman says," and and they have that line where they're like, "Well, you are right, sir, we're nothing."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I didn't say that."
Yeah.
It, like, even as he's playing into it, he's like, it's all, again, it's that compassion and the, you know.
And we have another brilliant line, which I didn't write down and I wish I did. But when they're talking about their roles, and and the Doctor says something like, "I hate being given a role when I don't know what I'm playing," or something like that. And I was just like, all right, fire line, let's go. But again, they've forgotten Edith. Mary's the cleaner. And we have that, "Oh, well, yeah, of course, we can't be in love." But there was a slight difference here, where Frederick, I can't say his name, I'm really sorry to everyone. You really
can't say Frederick,
everyone's going to be really annoyed at me listening. I'm really sorry. Frederick, it's easy for me to say Freddie. Freddie and Mary go, "Oh, you see, we could have done it. We have the motive.
Yeah.
To kill Edith. Like, we killed her." And the Doctor's like, "Which one of you?" And he's like,
yeah, we've not worked that out
yet.
I
don't know. Yeah.
That's the bit we've not worked out.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so... and it's that weird thing of, like, whoever's controlling them is trying to throw red herrings and just have people confess.
Yeah.
And again, it's that weird sort of it's like detachment from reality where they're
Yeah.
like, oh well, we must have murdered her.
Yeah, we've
I
got
don't remember doing it,
No.
and I
don't know which one of us did.
yeah, and I wouldn't have wanted to
do.
but I
Yeah.
must have.
Yeah.
So you might as well arrest us both. I think that's probably safest. Like,
Yeah.
and the reveal
and then we get that line where Freddy's like, I haven't been murdered yet, have I?
Well, I was going to say the bit where they're like, oh well, we must have, and the doctor's like, well, Mrs. Baddeley's not dead because it's the second. This is the second time round, and it's almost like, oh well, don't worry about it then. And it's again the flippancy and the nonchalance, but also it's like, oh, so are you getting your
timelines mixed up,
your loops mixed up, like but yeah, sorry, the line you were about to say.
Yeah, Freddy's like, oh, I haven't been murdered yet, have I? And we're like, hold on, but in this loop, it's Edith, and then it's Mrs. Baddeley.
Mrs. Baddeley, yeah.
Where are you now fitting into this?
Because I took it as more of a, I haven't been murdered. I'm not dead, am I, Doctor? And it's that weird, what an odd question, because you would know if you were alive or dead.
Yeah.
Which kind of then plays into later on with Edith's questioning.
Yeah.
And then the doctor's like, no. You've not been murdered. No. Oh, that's all
right. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's a relief.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's, again, it keeps pitting really sort of like dark, emotional moments, and then underhandedly just sort of shrugging them off,
yeah,
with a joke or with just a casual sort of that's darkly funny. It's that kind of like gallows humor, and Rob Shearman does it so well.
All the way through this, he does it so brilliantly.
Yeah. But it's I took that as because I'd completely forgotten that Freddy gets killed in this loop.
Spoiler. We haven't got that yet.
Freddy gets killed in this loop.
In the best way possible.
But yeah.
We'll get onto it in a sec, but it's so
But funny. Yeah, I just took it as him being like, wait, I'm not, which obviously in hindsight is a hint towards what's coming.
No, at that point when he went, I haven't been murdered yet, have I? I was like, so we're gonna hit number 3 on this one, and then every loop we're just gonna
get another murder,
picking them off like flies.
Right.
So that's where I thought that was heading.
Yeah.
But then we cut to Charlie and the cook. So then we're like, oh, okay, here we go. Here's the cook's death. How are we gonna do this one? And the cook starts doing an Edith line and says, "Tell me you remember," which I thought was really creepy. I was like, okay, so does she remember that she dies? And then she references being back from the dead like me, and I was like, so she does remember dying then, which then makes sense for when Edith says, I'm so tired of dying. So each loop they can reflect and remember.
Remember the last one,
which is terrifying. Because you'd think, how many times is this looped? And she has to just keep reliving the moments, knowing that in a moment she's gonna die, replaying the same script. It's just it's terrifying.
Unable to break out of it. Like, constantly being like, oh, okay, well, I've got to do this, and then in 2 hours I'm going to be dead, and I'll just then come back, and then it's like a literal Groundhog Day. But I think there's a real like existential like horror in that, and there's the other layer of it as well, where at this point when I realised that she could remember that she dies in these loops, I just kind of took a moment and was like, I'm so glad that whatever is overcoming their consciousness is making them feel and respond in this way, because I don't know how they'd react if they were themselves. Yeah. In at least, even though they're in some sort of like hypnosis, trance, weird kind of shadowed brain. That like detachment.
Yeah. Even though they're detached from what's going on around them, they're not feeling.
It's almost it's a blessing for what they're going through,
because she's on a constant cycle knowing that she's about to die. And at least she's not feeling that.
Yeah, it's horrific.
Or at least on the surface, she's not feeling that. You don't know what's going on in your subconscious, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's just dark.
Really dark. Really dark.
And then Edith's back.
Yeah.
With Charlie. And she tells Charlie it doesn't matter who killed me. I'm making Edward Grove alive and I can't stop it. Freddy dies!
And how does Freddy die?
Freddy dies. And it's really gruesome. But the doctor's delivery is absolutely beautiful to Mr. Shaughnessy. Freddy is knocked down by a car indoors.
Yeah.
Right? And he is lying on the floor covered in tyre tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Shaughnessy runs in and is like, another murder, another suicide. And the doctor's like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Freddy committed suicide, but what he did, he ran himself over indoors and then lied on the floor with all the tyre tracks on him. And it's that his explanation of it. And he was like, yeah, that's exactly what Freddy did to kill himself. And it's just so funny.
Yeah.
That delivery.
And I love Mary's line as well, where she's like, oh, Freddy, to be killed by your own Chrysler.
Yeah.
Or Bentley, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like, again, it's...
Because they're just confused about the time period. So they're like, whatever it is.
And then for that to be the focus, again, it's the subversion of the,
Great. Absolutely great. And then Edith is forgotten again. So Mary's like, oh, wait, no, I can't mourn him, or she can't feel this death because
and
I'm just the scullery maid and we couldn't have that relationship, so it never happened. And then she just goes off back to work.
That's really horrible, isn't it?
It's really horrible.
Yeah.
She can't mourn the death of this lover because it's on a loop that Edith's forgotten. So she forgets her love, but there's still traces and echoes of it.
Yeah.
And she's not allowed to mourn.
The concept that she can't mourn because it's impossible because she's nothing.
Yeah.
It's they never would have had a relationship. That doesn't make any sense.
She's just a scullery.
And logically that would never have worked.
Yeah.
Therefore, she must be wrong. She must be getting confused like a silly woman.
Yeah.
As they do.
Yeah.
And
I'm nothing. I'm nobody.
Yeah. So I'm not going to mourn him because I didn't. We didn't have a relationship.
Yeah.
Like it's
harrowing,
really twisted and like pointedly so.
Yeah.
Like it's subtle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not. It's a weird kind of torture.
Yeah.
Where you just tweak
just ever so slightly,
slight things. Just just
to cause that confusion
and completely devalue somebody's existence.
Mary really gets the brunt of it as well.
Mm-hmm. It's really dark.
It's really dark. So clever.
Go on, take us through. What happens next?
Then this leads the doctor to go the murders of the red herrings. And they start to try and psychoanalyze who's murdering them. They're like, okay, is it sadistic?
Yeah.
But how can it be sadistic because there's no pain?
Yeah.
They don't die in pain. There's no inkling that they're about to die. They're not frightened.
Yeah.
They know these deaths are going around.
They seem to know that it's going to happen.
But they're not frightened to it. It's not like they welcome it, but they don't try and stop it.
Yeah.
At this point, the memories and the cook's influence over Charlie is slowly forcing them into this world and rationalize them. Slowly, they're becoming moving pieces, and it's becoming a bit more steady with the minute, and Charlie's starting to get confused where the boundaries are blurring, and the doctor refuses to investigate further.
That's a really cool moment.
Yeah.
And he's
just like, I'm not going to feed into this. It wants me to investigate, so I'm not going to.
Yeah. And there's a nice line there where he's like, kill whoever you want.
Yeah.
I know that you need me to...
Yeah, to keep doing this, to fall into this world, and I'm not having any of it. And then we cut to Edith and Charlie again. And this is where it threw me completely.
Okay.
When Edith says to Charlie, I should never have died for you.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I have no idea.
It does keep you guessing.
It does all the way through. It keeps you going, what on earth is going on?
Yeah, I think when I first listened to it, I got to around halfway through part 2.
Yeah.
And then was like...
I have no idea.
I was like, I'm not even going to try.
Yeah.
I'm just going to enjoy...
I gave up at this point. I was like, I'm just going to listen.
I'm just going
to roll with it and see what happens. Yeah. And she keeps saying, remember me. And what's so beautiful about this, oh my God, is all of the remember me's you think are, please remember me, because everyone else is forgetting. And the more you remember, like, the more the loop happens. Like, and Edith dies at the beginning. So there's not, like, an erasure of her. But that's not what it means at all.
No.
So, the Doctor's having none of it.
No.
He's like, I'm not playing your game. I'm not doing this. I challenge you. Oh, that struck a chord. I'm challenging you. And I'm going upstairs.
Yep.
I don't care what you try and do. I don't care who you kill. I am getting up those bloody stairs because I want to speak to your master. And Mr. Shaughnessy appears, and it is absolutely hilarious how they play this, because the Doctor's like, I'm going up the stairs now. I've got one foot on the stair.
I've barely got 4 steps left.
Like... And you don't want me to get up there. And then Mr. Shaughnessy comes in, and he's like, I'm getting too old for this.
Yeah. Ah, Mr. Shaughnessy.
It is absolutely hilarious. Here he is, late with a gun. And it turns out that the Doctor wanted to draw Mr. Shaughnessy out. And find out some more information. Mm-hmm. He knew that he wouldn't want him getting upstairs and that he's controlled to kill him if he tries to do so. So, in the most beautiful way ever, he is slowly walking up the stairs in hopes that Shaughnessy runs across the entire of the downstairs floor to come and get him. And we have some fantastic revelations where I started to get extremely excited, special interest peaked, and I literally started happy stimming like hell. Like, I have never, like, I was like...
I'm so glad I picked this story for this.
I was lying down in bed, like, listening to it. I've had a week, so I was laying in bed listening to it. As soon as this moment happened, I sat up, plumped my pillows, got comfortable. I was seated. I was like, okay, right, come on then, Shearman, take me home. I was like, let's go. So, we have some revelations. No, Revolution of the Daleks, sure. We have some revelations. Mm-hmm. We figure out extensively what the time loop is. Mm-hmm. And that everyone is in a state of hypnosis. Mm-hmm. And by who? But none other Edward Grove. Mm. But we haven't seen Edward Grove, have we? Who is this Edward Grove?
Yeah, I mean, because obviously it can't be someone that we've not met.
No, because that doesn't make sense. That's not within the rules.
No. So it's got to be someone that we've met.
So we've met every physical person. So who is Edward Grove? But the house itself. Edward Grove. Edward Grove is the house itself. The killer is the house. Now. Okay. Here we go. So, my fascination within the arts. Mm-hmm. My whole master's degree and half of my dissertation for my undergrad degree is on sonography, right? So focusing more on like performance and set design. But my specialty is in site responsive sonography. And you might be asking, why is site responsive sonography important for the house?
Do you want to explain what that is?
Oh, okay, sorry. Site responsive sonography. So when you, on like a psychological level, when you enter a space, there is a past to it. there's histories within that place, regardless of where you move through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And site responsive sonography is diving into that and how you can use a space and its histories and its energy and its past. And my specialty was how to use and manipulate the site and how we respond to that to enhance performances, and to how we can manipulate that space and dress it and add to it to create the ambience and the space that you desire for whatever you're performing in. So site specific and site responsive sonography was my thing. So going to a site, choosing it, sitting there, understanding its history, who walked through there, what emotions went through there, what dynamics went through there, the relationships between two different people, the actions that took place there. If you moved the table, slid it across to block the door, for example, and it's left scuff marks, why is that important? How can you use that scuff to enhance the performance when someone is in that space? It was mostly for immersive performance. And in this is the house itself playing with these people and creating the murders, and it's just a sentient being. And basically what it is the traumatic events that happened in this space. There's a beautiful line from the doctor. Some people have theories about ghosts, that a house itself absorbs the actions within it, and that an event traumatic enough can be preserved in posterity. So a house that's just given traumatic events over and over again, stuck in a time loop, replaying these same traumas, what would it do to it? So after every loop, it's becoming alive, it's feeding off of these traumatic events, and it's becoming sentient. Oh my goodness. I was like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So I was like, I'm fully in it now.
It's times like this I regret the fact that we don't have a video podcast, because you've been the most animated I think I've seen you all day.
Yeah. This is true. So the house loses control. It's alive and it's feeding, and the time that it feels at most in control and in most power is the chime of midnight.
Yeah.
So on that ding, that's when it's most in control, and it feeds and it gains its power. So that's why it wants to rush time, because it's growing stronger and it wants to live. It wants to be alive. So we find all this out. We find this out because the doctor he's trying to get Shaughnessy to describe what her ladyship and his lordship look like upstairs. And he's struggling because he's like, well, no one goes upstairs and all the rest of it. And it's like, but surely you would know what they look like. You've seen them. Like, he obviously can't get any reference points from Frederick, the chauffeur, because he would know. Like, there's no one else. He's like, I need you to tell me what they look like. And he's kind of like, because there is no one upstairs. At this point as well, Charlie now becomes a part of the household. So she comes in and she's the lordship's daughter, which is also absolutely fantastic for when the revelation at the end happens. She's been chatting with the cook. Finally, all of the kind of memories that the cook was trying to implant in her head, it takes hold. Yeah. And she is fully submerged into this household now. Yeah. And the clock is coming towards the hour. So the doctor's like, fine, shoot me. I'll be the next murder then. It's coming up to an hour. And he gets shot. That's it. Chime. Bang. Doctor. At this point I was like, oh my goodness. The doctor's been shot. Charlie's a part of the household. Surely it's over. Surely he's now like going to be fully submerged into the house, and the feedback loop's gonna and it's just gonna play him like a doll. Like, what is going on here?
Well, tell us.
So it goes back to the beginning. Edith dies. We get the beautiful moment from the Doctor about the theory of ghosts, everything like that, the trauma of the house. So we get all of this, and every feedback, every loop is feeding it, and it's becoming more sentient. And a paradox must have caused this, which is a very key thing. The only way this could possibly happen if there's a paradox.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not messing with that.
Yeah.
He literally is like, I'm not dealing with that. There's something going on here. Paradox has caused this. This is out of my realm now. Charlie, we're out of here. She's fine. She's not anything. She's not like the Lordship's daughter anymore. She's Charlie Pollard.
Yeah.
So she's not fully detached into the house. So the Doctor's like, we're leaving, and she's like, you're not going to leave them here on a constant loop of dying. And he's like, there's nothing I can do. I'm not getting involved in this.
I can get us out.
Yeah.
Or that's it. Yeah.
And you don't want to be here. So we're getting out. So they do. They get in the TARDIS and they leave. And
that's the end.
And that's the end. So thank you for listening. So they're talking in the TARDIS. Charlie's going through her, are you really going to do this? And he's like, that's it. We're lucky enough to be able to get out of this. We've just got to leave this to happen. But then Charlie can hear the clock.
But they've escaped.
No, they haven't, because the house starts absorbing the console. They couldn't escape. They took the house with them. There's that somehow emotional connection or physical connection or something. Is it to do with the TARDIS? Is it to do with the Doctor? Is it to do with Charlie? We don't know, but there is some connection and they can't escape. And that's the end of part 3.
Yeah.
So now we're
again, that's another great cliffhanger.
No. House is like, aw, you think you're leaving? Oh, you think you can get away from me?
You've given Edward Grove an interesting voice.
Oh, you think you're leaving? Yeah, because he's a little weeb, isn't he? Oh, you think you're leaving? Actually, you're not leaving. So he's like, absolutely not. You're coming with me, and absorbs the console.
Yeah.
And that's the end of part 3. Another instance where I was like, stop playing the theme tune, get me into part 4, please. I need to know what happens. The house reforms around them. They are still in the TARDIS. And the Doctor goes, oh, I thought we were just in a temporal loop, but we're not in a spatial loop as well. I was like,
oh, you're kidding me?
Oh, shucks, are you kidding me? Charlie goes to open the TARDIS again. As she opens the TARDIS doors, it's the scullery.
Yeah.
And the Doctor goes, I bet you, if you go into the scullery, see the TARDIS, open the TARDIS door again, it's going to be another scullery. And it's every second in time to infinity.
Yeah, it's trippy, isn't it? It's really
trippy.
cool.
It's like, because I can visualise all of this happening.
I think that's what it is. It's so evocative.
Yeah.
Like again, the tone and the story and the characters and all of that add into it. But like, the visuals, the lack of visuals, but like the imagery, I should say.
Yeah.
I can see this story so perfectly.
Clear. Yeah.
Like everything in my head.
Yeah.
Which I think is really impressive for
an audio play.
Yeah. And it's exactly what you need for this.
Yeah.
And obviously there's an element of what you'll bring into it with your imagination as you hear it. But I think for you to be able to conjure those images up and me be like, yeah, I know exactly where I am, what this looks like, and who this person is, and you know, it's it's really, really well done.
Yeah, it's so good, and just the description in the dialogue, even though you wouldn't necessarily naturally say something like that, it still feels incredibly natural.
Yeah, it finds a way to be
like a descriptive like lack of visual, so you have to audibly say things, but it's not exposition, it's just beautifully worded, so it just feels so natural, gives you all of the slices that you need, but it doesn't feel like you're in a book, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? So it's just absolutely brilliantly done. And the Doctor explains that there's no time there, so there's no past, there's no present, there's no future. They're just stuck in this 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's it. They're just stuck in this 2 hours. And it's revealed. We get the big reveal. We're now in part 4, so we get the big reveal that the paradox is them. Dun, dun, dun.
So, how did you find this?
I was like, okay.
Not knowing, like, not having previous stories to...
So, this is when I had to go, right, I'm going to not necessarily take this with a pinch of salt, but I have to be receptive that I believe what's going on and trust this story and take this story as face value in terms of what Charlie's history is, because this could just be another part where they're playing with her memory and things didn't actually happen. Yeah. So in this part especially, I had to go, okay, I believe that these are her memories for this moment, and then I can check with Tip later if anything is untrue and there's any history situations that I need context for. But this is kind of when I learn a bit more about Charlie. And the difficult thing for me the most was her reaction, because I don't have any sense of what her character is outside of what I've seen her chemistry like with the Doctor. I don't really know who she is, what came before.
Yeah.
Type thing. So, like, for example, she could have been, like, a massive horror, and then she came with the Doctor and it changed her. Yeah, she could have had, like, a Missy arc.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she wants to be good, the Doctor's helping. Like, that's probably too complex for, like, a companion for like, an audio series, but I don't know what came before.
Yeah.
So, it was hard for me to... And, like, from a empathetic standpoint as well, it was hard for me to hear Edith and her backstory with Charlie. That was hard for me to listen to.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like ping-ponging between who I felt sorry for. So, the house wants to come and have a word with the Doctor. But he's a sentient being. So, how is that possible? Oh, wait, he speaks through Shaughnessy. So, speaking through Shaughnessy, we kind of get a bit of context of what's going on here. And he doesn't care about Charlie. He's like, yeah, don't want to speak to you, and I want to speak to the Doctor. Bye. Ping.
Yeah, you can go.
Sends her off. And the Doctor's like, whoa. No. This ain't happening. We're not doing this. And he's like, yeah, well, it is. So what are you going to do about it? Nothing. You can't do anything. You're in my gaff. So Charlie...
You're in me.
Yeah, you're in me. You're inside me. How does that feel? Not good. So Charlie is reunited with Edith. Because Charlie starts to remember her. So all of the remember me throughout, all of the dialogue that is being said by each character are mostly direct quotes of moments in Edith's life. So like the you are nobody, you're nothing. Some of the degrading things that the cook says and that Shaughnessy says, and the moments between Freddie and Mary were direct moments between Edith and someone she falls in love with, but you can't be in love because you're just the scullery maid, and that could never happen. So all of these moments and all of these characters are picked from Edith's life, and all of this is based around Edith. And we find out that Edith is Charlie's cook from her father's house in Hampshire in the 1930s. And it took Charlie a while to recognise Edith, because all of this is set in 1906, where, so this predates Charlie. So this is a younger Edith. When Charlie knew Edith, she was the cook. And we find out that Edith did commit suicide. She did die for Charlie, which is really sad, and something that obviously Charlie doesn't know, because she's been whisked away with the doctor. She doesn't know that Edith. And Edith has this such strong connection with Charlie because Charlie was the only person to show Edith's kindness, showed her any kind of, even if it was little, respect. And even if Charlie didn't know she was doing that, it was fundamentally a big deal for Edith after years and years of told she's nothing, she's nobody, she will amount to nothing.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, that bit. It's so solemn.
Yeah.
Like, it's, really raw and really, like,
it's harrowing to hear. It's hard hearing Charlie's reaction as well, because she's like, Edith refers to them as best friends. She's like, you don't remember me, but, like, to me, you were my only friend. Yeah. My best friend, because you're the only one that showed me kindness.
There's the guilt from Charlie there, obviously, but also, like,
a little bit of confusion where she was like, we weren't.
Yeah, and I think also, like, when you were saying, like, oh, I don't know who to feel sorry for, like, obviously Edith is a very sort of sympathetic figure in that, and very sort of troubled and grieving for Charlie.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know, there's a weird sort of, like, guilt trip.
But this is why I didn't know who to feel sorry for, because then when she's starting to say that, oh, you're my best friend and stuff, and then she'd go, I died for you.
Yeah.
But it's that hard moment where it's like, you didn't die for Charlie. You were grieving because you thought Charlie was dead, and that made you take your life.
Yeah.
But you didn't die for Charlie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I died because of
you. Yeah.
But yeah,
but that, like, emotional guilt.
The sort
there.
Of manipulative.
Yeah, because she's like, well, because at this point she's like, you have to choose whether to die or stay alive, because whatever you do is going to reflect on what I do now.
Yeah.
If you kill yourself now because you're supposed to die in this air crash,
R101.
If you die there, then I die. But you're still here and you're still alive, and I don't understand how that's possible, because everyone died there. So if you're alive, then I'm meant to be alive. So which one is it?
Yeah.
Do I get to be alive because you're alive, or am I dead because you're dead?
My existence revolves entirely around
this moment here.
You.
Yeah.
And you are neither and both.
Both.
So what am I? Where does that leave me?
Yeah.
And it's so nuanced. It's so layered. Yeah. Like, as like a philosophical, like.
Yeah.
It's Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like a philosophical argument or debate or theory or whatever. But then so drenched in character motivation and, you know, it's really, really interesting.
And simultaneously, while that's happening, the Doctor's trying to talk the house off a ledge.
Yes.
and he's saying, you've got to give up this idea of life, because it realises that it can, because it's been playing around with the concept of time and rushing it through so that he can gain its power on the hour.
No.
Poet didn't know it. But it's realised that I can just trap you in the couple of seconds either side of the hour.
Yeah.
And just continuously have a cycle of this power of being born again and being alive. And the Doctor's like, but everyone's going to keep dying. He's like, no, they're immortal.
Yeah. The Doctor's like, you keep on killing these people.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I keep giving them life.
Yeah. He's like, I've never killed them to be cruel. They never have cruel deaths. They never feel pain.
Yeah.
I do it in the best way possible for all of us. So how can this be wrong? I give them life. It's
such an interesting story when it gets to this point, because it's an exploration of what is life.
Yeah.
And what is, like, what value does life have, and what constitutes life.
Yeah.
And
because he's like, they have nothing. They are nothing. They're nothing people. And it's the moment where he's like, they will never change upstairs. Nothing they give will reflect on anything that happens in the real world. They live only underneath to serve. so they're serving me a purpose of keeping me alive. They're not going to have a good life out there, but in these seconds, I'm just giving them life. So I'm being good to them.
Yeah. And that argument of I'm only doing what the people upstairs would do and use them.
Yeah.
But I'm using them to give life.
Yeah.
They would use them for their own, for their own means, and surely that is purpose enough for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Doctor argue it. I love that bit where he's like, you talk about like you feel it like warm blood running through your veins. You don't have veins. Like you don't have life.
This all just like emotion.
Yeah, this is like a crude child's approximation of life.
Yeah.
You're not alive. And just kind of cutting it down. Yeah. Really, really good.
Yeah. So we have that Doctor and the house goes, are you telling me to commit suicide? And he's like, and the Doctor's like, I'm sorry, but I am. And then straight off the back of that, we next have the scene with Edith saying, you have to kill yourself now.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, you remember, and Charlie starts to remember burning in the airship, and she's like, I'm meant to be dead, and she starts to have this crisis where she's like, I'm meant to be dead.
Mm-hmm.
The Doctor came and saved me, and I'm meant to be dead. I'm not supposed to be here. I was supposed to die on there, and I've had a second chance. And then she starts talking to Edith, and she's like, I'm choosing life.
Mm-hmm.
So Edith chooses life too.
Yeah.
And the Doctor sacrifices himself so that he can get to Edith. Because Edith, to get to Edith and Charlie, because Charlie's stuck in the moments. So when they get murdered, they get sent to that darkness realm, just before everything resets, and they're stuck in that moment. So the Doctor,
it's like limbo, isn't it?
Yeah. So the Doctor gets himself killed so that he's then in limbo to try
which itself is quite dark. And his logic there of like, oh, you've been told to obey my commands.
Yeah.
Throttle me until I'm dead. Like.
And that's exactly what Shaughnessy does.
Yeah. My only criticism with, I think, the story as a whole, and it's minor, is that the Edward Grove, obviously also performed by Shaughnessy's actor, kind of gets just a sort of generic cackling villain voice.
Yeah, it's kind of like, is it the Great Intelligence in the snow globe? It's like that kind of.
It's very like, Doctor,
we meet again.
Like twiddling my mustache, and and that's no like disrespect to the actor, because I think he's brilliant, and I think he's just delivering what they would have asked of him. But I don't know. I think the villain is more, the character of Edward Grove, I feel, deserves more nuance and a more interesting, and I think maybe it's just to distinguish him from Shaughnessy. But I don't know. I think maybe you could have done something a little more interested in that. But that's my only criticism.
I was going to say,
this whole thing.
I didn't even think of that. I can see where you're coming from, though. Yeah, absolutely.
So the Doctor gets to Charlie and Edith, and
the house needs Edith to
die
so that they can continue the loop.
Mm-hmm.
So the Doctor comes in to Charlie and Edith to try and convince them to stay alive and to explain what's going on, where Charlie and Edith decide that they want to live. And the ending is really, really beautiful. So they destroy the time loop, and the house is expelled from the TARDIS, so that's all great. Charlie has some finishing words with Edith, telling her, which I really like. It's really sweet. Saying all these lovely things to her that she definitely needs to hear after being so troubled and traumatized from all of her past. And it's a really beautiful moment hearing Edith saying, I am Edith Thompson and I am somebody.
Yeah. It is lovely,
and it is just such a lovely way to round off that character story.
I think generally as a whole, I love the concept of a villain appropriating people's feeling like their humanity has been ground down.
Yeah.
Because they are just a role. They're just their job. They're just an archetype, a role, or whatever, as they are within the fiction of this story, you know, and kind of playing that and them losing their autonomy. And it gets sort of foreshadowed with when the Doctor first questioning Shaughnessy.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you must know these people." He's like, "Yeah, of course I know these people." "Oh, well, we've got the chauffeur."
Yeah.
"Oh, brilliant. What can you tell me about him?" "Well, he's the chauffeur."
Yeah.
Like, and it's just, and he knows nothing about these people because it doesn't matter. They are just...
They're nobody.
Yeah, they are just these roles.
Yeah. They're there to serve.
And that getting twisted into... I think it's really, really clever stuff. And a really nice sort of commentary on that sort of class system of the time and the hierarchies that we've spoken about.
Mm-hmm.
And just doing I mean, Edwardian Christmas is a great setting anyway.
Yeah.
But there's so much like horror and atmosphere and stuff that you can milk out of that, you know.
And Doctor Who does it brilliantly.
Yeah. Yeah. I've written down a few lines that I really liked that I've not the first one is when the Doctor comes out, when they come out the TARDIS, and he's smelling the air, and he's like sort of getting a sense, and he says silent and fruity, and I've just got a note here that says cat at any social gathering.
You bastard. There's no lie.
When Charlie's like, "I'll tell you something else that doesn't make sense," and the Doctor goes, "With the greatest respect, Charlie, I'm looking for something that does make sense." It's there's so many great lines, so many great lines, and they're just delivered perfectly. I think that the whole cast are great.
There's no notes. Everyone delivers everything brilliantly. The writing is great. It's so on form.
Everything just bang, 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 bang. Genuinely a 10 out of 10 story.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Like,
there's
so
no
good.
notes. I have no notes. Apart from getting extremely excited about it.
My one criticism is that
the
like
voice.
Maybe you could have done something different with the voice.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't ruin my enjoyment of it
at all.
One iota, yeah. Well, we're gonna do because I do have to leave in a moment.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a quick little speed round of our trivia round?
Yeah.
Quick fire trivia.
Yeah.
Which, as we always call it every week.
Yep.
'Twas the night before Trivmas.
Yes, that's what we call it every week.
We call it every week, yeah. So this release was the first time that a Big Finish original companion had appeared on the cover art.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. The lovely India Fisher's face.
Yes.
In 2016, this story was re-released on vinyl for a limited run of 500 copies, featuring new artwork by Tom Webster and a newly recorded behind-the-scenes documentary.
Oh.
Which, to be fair, I might try and check out
I
the
was literally about
stuff.
to. Literally about to say that.
Each cliffhanger is based on one of Rob Shearman's favourites from the classic series.
Oh.
So part 1 is based on part 1 of the Space Museum,
yeah.
which has like a similar thing of like, no, we're in this time stream now. Part 2 is based on part 3 of Kinder, which is where there's the countdown and then the reveal that, I forget the character's name, the old woman is dead.
Yeah.
And then part 3 is based on part 3 of Horror Fang Rock.
Yeah.
Where it's Tom, where he's like, I feel we've made a horrible mistake. I thought I was locking it out, but I've locked it in with us.
Yeah.
Which is obviously the TARDIS
with
taking the house.
Yeah. The house taking the house.
So that's cool.
That's really
Rob
good.
Shearman's a big Doctor Who nerd.
He's just brilliant.
And I love him.
I love him. He's just so fantastic.
All but one of the guest cast appear in multiple Big Finish stories, with Lennox Greaves, who plays Shaughnessy, Sue Wallace, Mrs. Baddeley, and Robert Kirbishley, who plays Frederick, all starring in the following story.
Oh, really?
Seasons of Fear, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I think for a lot of these, they
just reuse actors,
record them like
in blocks.
within a couple of days.
Yeah.
This story was chosen by Big Finish for a listen along during lockdown.
Oh,
so they.
I want to listen along. I wish I knew that.
The Doctor imagines opening the door of the house and seeing a void, claiming that he has seen that before. This is a reference to the BBV audio punchline, also written by Shearman, which featured a not quite Seventh Doctor, a legally distinct version of the Seventh Doctor. And finally, I feel like I was shocked when I read this. Okay. So, Rob Shearman says he wrote this story on a very tight schedule and ended up having to write a part a day over 4 days.
This is just like Russell when he wrote Midnight in 3 days.
Yeah, this was written in 4 days.
That's insane. This is great. And they both have Midnight in it.
Even better, he says he only learned the true nature of Edward Grove about a minute before the characters did, when it seemed like the most obvious thing in the world.
Wow.
So he didn't have it planned out.
No, he just wrote it.
He wrote and
it formed.
So I was thinking when you were saying earlier of like it's so well crafted that all of the seeds, you know, he's just sort of naturally typed that. He's a genius.
Robert Shearman, you're a genius. You are a genius, sir.
He's amazing.
That's incredible. That's writing.
That's writing.
And that's right. Writing 101, The Chimes of Midnight.
Boom.
That's it.
Well, if you hadn't already guessed, we both really like this one.
5-star, 10 out of 10, no notes.
Yeah.
This is it. And guess what? I'm going to collect every single memorabilia that I can. Anything that has The Chimes of Midnight on it is going on the shelf.
Damn.
I loved that.
Wow.
That's on the same level.
I'm so pleased I got you to listen to this.
So am I.
Is this like...
This is peak.
Up there with like new favourite Doctor Who stories?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Like, I want a shrine of it. I wish there was more so I could have a shrine. Like, genuinely, like, this is up there with my Third Doctor. This is up there with my Autons. This is up there with my Cyberman obsession.
Wow.
I love it.
That's big talk.
Like, this is... this is it.
Well, maybe we'll look at some more Big Finish in future episodes.
Yeah. If you give me more bangers like that, I'm well into it.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's a call out. If anybody has any Big Finish recommendations for Cat...
like that. You get my style now.
Yeah.
You get my vibe.
You get the vibe.
You get the vibe.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll leave it there for this week. I've got to run and get a train.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like literally.
But just really quickly, we'll do a little preview for what we've got coming up next week for the continuation of Spooky Hottober.
Spooky Hottober. I'm glad that's stuck.
Next week, we're doing a little topic episode.
Yeah,
we're looking at Doctor Who's greatest monsters.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And who are we doing that with?
We might have a special guest joining us.
We have a special guest next week.
Yes, we're going to be joined by the one and only Mr. Jack Alexander.
Yes, we are.
So I'm looking forward to that. Looking
Very
forward
excited.
to chatting with Jack.
Yep.
And we'll talk about some good Doctor Who monsters.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
But in the meantime, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter and Instagram at simplykatie_XO. Where can they find you, Tip?
You can find me on the Twitter at Sun and Biscuits and also on the Sun and Biscuit YouTube channel, which you may very well be listening to this here podcast on right now. Or on a train in about 5 minutes. Thank you very much for listening.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed.
It's going to be a long one.
Something a little bit different this week. But let us know, especially if it's the first time that you've listened to Chimes of Midnight and you've gone away from this to have a listen upon Kat's glowing recommendation.
Absolutely glowing.
Let us know, and let us know what you think of the story.
Absolutely.
But until then, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.